She said the time is unfair to a woman her age.
What's happening, lovers? We gonna get tropical? We gonna get tropical. This is gonna be a little bit different. All right, so there's a few ways you could be listening to us right now. One, you could be live, like you people are right now, and enjoying in this live chat. You could be listening on our podcast, Make Every Death Count, on whatever podcast form you so choose, or you could be watching this in a playback video. Either way, the information is the same, and it's just as exciting. But just know, we did it live too, and we will be engaging with the chat throughout this. But Dead by Daylight just did a stream that talked about Stranger Things, their upcoming DLC. We got some answers. We didn't get some answers. Regardless, I'm a lot more excited now than I was before that stream happened. Before we get into perks and details like that, let's talk about some of the things I thought were interesting before that stuff. First of all, I thought it was really cool that they actually got sent the mesh that the Demogorgon was made of, because it's a CGI character, obviously, in the series. They got sent the mesh, or the CGI asset of the Demogorgon, directly to model it for the game. But it was too small. It was too small of a creature to be in the game. Like, there were characters, survivors that were larger and taller than the Demogorgon itself. Yeah. So they had to beef up the Demogorgon.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's cool that, first of all, you know that the likeness of this character, the quote-unquote likeness of it, is going to be extremely accurate.
You're right.
Because they literally got the exact asset that they used in the show to put into the game, just had to make it bigger. And it's cool that it's going to be a bigger... that they realized that it would be awkward. They realized it would be awkward that it was too small. They weren't dumb. They said they were going through some playtesting with that creature itself, and they have a certain motion they use for all their killers. It's basically like a preset default that they toss in and just add the animation to a model, and that it looked awkward, and it was a funny animation. Basically, people were laughing at the Demogorgon creature when going through playtesting. Because of this, they had to go in and change the animation, so they had their animators go in and do that. But so now the Demogorgon has a completely new set of attacks compared to the other killers. That's exciting to me.
Yeah.
It's like little details like that are something that just make this DLC already stand out amongst other things. Also, a new teleportation killer.
Yeah.
Something we may not have expected. Similar to Freddy, but just in a different manner. You have this ability as the Demogorgon to basically put down holes. That's how I would explain it best. It's basically these really creepy, mystical type holes. That gooey shit, the gooey shit in Stranger Things. They make your own holes, and you're able to plant those across the map and go through one hole out to another. Imagine it like Portal, if you ever played Portal.
Yeah, except you literally watch yourself fly from one portal to the other.
Yeah, which is really cool because you actually go underneath the map and move to the other hole, which means you lose visibility of the entire map when you go into this hole. And because of that could change. Although you're able to navigate and explore the map in a different way and maybe get ahead of survivors, you also lose... You don't see it. You don't see the survivors when they're moving as you're underneath the map.
Right.
And I wonder... They didn't really go into details on this, but I'm curious, if the hole is farther away, will it take longer to get to the hole, or is it a set time every single time you teleport? They didn't clarify that. That's one of the things I'm interested in. So if I put it from literally opposite sides of the map, in case I need... if I put one at one gate and one at the other exit gate, so I can go back and forth, does that change the time and how long it will take? That's something that's really cool to me. Also, another ability of the Demogorgon is the unique ability to lunge and pounce onto survivors. It's a lot different, okay? So we know the Demogorgon has this ability to open its mouth, I guess is what you would call it. Its face. It opens its whole freaking face. And it's straight up is... it's scary looking. It's a scary looking thing. You can see it in the thumbnail for this video right now. It opens its face up like that. They wanted to incorporate that, and they did it in a really cool way. So you can build up this ability to pounce and power up. The way survivors know that that's coming is that the Demogorgon will let out a big scream, and its mouth will flare open. And then when that happens, you are able to lunge a long ways, but it's only in a straight line. There's other killers that do. Jigsaw has a similar sort of pouncing ability. to basically build up a charge, then launch at, but you can only go in a straight line. And they were mentioning through the map that there's some like tight hallways and corridors that will make that extremely useful.
Yes.
That's cool. That's scary though. Could you imagine like looking back and all of a sudden that thing's mouth's flaring open and then it lunges at you?
Yeah.
They also said it's going to change the way you have to drop pallets, which I think is really crucial and cool too. If you do it too late, if you don't drop a pallet early enough, if you're going to try and stun the Demogorgon and it's already doing its pounce at you, it'll be too late and you won't be able to get it in time. So you got to be smart. You got to change maybe how you play to be effective, to stay strong with your pallet and loop game.
Right.
So I also want to talk about the Upside Down, where it takes place, and things along those lines. And also, before we move on, the portals, the ability to teleport and things like that. Survivors, when you use this like lunge ability, you are connecting. This is what they said. It's a little confusing. You were able to like connect to the Upside Down, and when you do that, when you're using that ability, you are able to see survivors that are near your portals. So if you have a survivor near one of your creepy little holes, your gooey holes to teleport to, and you use your pounce ability that you build up and open your face up, any survivors near that within a certain radius of it, you'll be able to see their aura.
Right.
But also, survivors can destroy those auras.
The holes.
Or not the auras, excuse me. They can destroy the holes, yeah.
Yes.
They can crouch down and just get rid of them.
And there is a pretty cool little animation and glowing and moving that in the hole when survivors are trying to destroy it and when the teleporting is happening.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on with this. That's why this is more than just models, right? And that was really always important to me with Dead by Daylight DLC. I've criticized them in the past for being too simplistic, literally just throwing in a reskin of certain things. And that's not this DLC at all. From what we're seeing right now, it's quite complex, and they're doing it justice, and that is what matters to me.
Yeah.
In terms of likeness of Steve and Nancy, they got them. They got legitimate likenesses, which we expected.
Right.
But
it's weird because they literally put Nancy's face side by side with her model, and from a distance, it doesn't look like her face. But when you zoom up on her face, it's dead on.
Yeah, it's weird because when we watched the trailer the first time, we were like, all right, Steve looks weird, Nancy looks good. And then the models came out and we're like, okay, Steve looks good, Nancy looks weird, what the hell is going on?
But then they zoomed up on Nancy's face and it's spot on, but when you get farther away, her nose just looks bigger.
it's what happens when you got, I guess compression in terms of video games and things like this.
Yeah.
They also took the likeness of Steve and Nancy from the third season, which I thought was interesting.
Yes.
Because, like, basically what they were saying is, like, we don't want to kill kids. And that's why, like, they're still kids in the first season, so we need to pull them from the third season. They don't look all that different. They're still wearing clothes, like, that they wore in the first season. But their faces and whatnot are from the third season, if that makes sense.
So, yes, we're probably going to get some Scoops Ahoy.
Right,
for Steve.
Yeah, they didn't talk about any of the clothing that
Right.
would come with the survivors, but I'm assuming, I would hope that we get the old Scoops Ahoy clothing.
Yeah,
for
they
them.
made it a point to say that this is Steve and Nancy from season 3, and
Right.
because their arc was good and they could work with that, especially in the backstory as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm hoping we get that sexy clothing from them.
Yes, please.
Let's talk about perks. I know we all want to hear about the perks. That was exciting, and let me tell you, they came in relatively clutch with these perks. Let's start first with the killer perks. First one is called Surge. Now, when downing a survivor, so it activates right away. When you down a survivor, the nearby gens in a certain radius they explode, and then all of them do. So it's basically the equivalent of kicking a generator and pulling that meter down.
Yeah, all the generators get kicked.
I thought it's only nearby ones.
Right, in a certain radius.
Yeah, you're in this radius. Every single gen in this radius will be kicked.
Yes.
Including those that have survivors already working on them.
Yes.
So that's cool. It can be. I'm already hearing the OP calls. We don't know yet. All right, we'll find on the PTB and they'll make adjustments accordingly.
Sounds pretty OP though.
You know, how big is the radius? Because gens aren't very close to each other, so I'm assuming like a 20.
They said the radius, but I don't have that screenshot.
It was all happening so fast.
Yeah.
We watched it live. Next perk for the killer is Cruel Confinement. Every time a generator is completed, all vault locations within 32-meter area are blocked. This one can definitely be OP. Cool, I like it.
Yeah.
But it's you fix a gen and then all of a sudden you can't vault out of this place. For indoor locations, especially things like the hospital, if you look at it like that, you could be in trouble when you're not able to vault over and go through windows.
Yeah.
So that in a 32-meter radius, I mean, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big area there to cover and not be able to do much for. But we'll find out again, PTB, see if that's OP or not, see how it goes. And then the last perk for the Demogorgon, Mindbreaker, repairing a gen with less than 50 repair, where it's not halfway done yet, gives survivors the exhaustion effect, which, in other words, you won't be able to run. And not only will it happen while you're on the gen, but it'll last for 3 seconds when leaving the gen. So if the Demogorgon were to come up to you, or if you teach this perk to other killers, and they get close to you when you're trying to run off a gen, you won't be able to run right away. You'll only be able to walk. You will get caught. Yes. And it can make it way more difficult to get away when trying to repair.
Mm-hmm.
So get your gens done fast. Get above 50% fast.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the survivor perks. I think these are even more exciting. And again, these can also be labeled as OP for certain things as well. Let's start first with Steve's perks. First perk, very fitting, the babysitter. When you unhook a survivor, the unhooked survivor leaves no scratch marks and no blood trail for the next 4, 6, 8 seconds, depending on what level you have for that perk. But your aura gets revealed, but at the same time, the killer's aura gets revealed to you.
Yes.
A decent perk. If you're looking to help people get people out of the game, have them survive, while maybe taking a sacrifice yourself, it's a good perk for you that you can mix with several other perks of the same type of agenda. And having your aura revealed, it wouldn't be that bad as long as you know where the killer is. So it shouldn't be too bad. And you become a hero. I need everybody that are good at the game. I need them to run that and help me.
Yes. Teamwork.
Yes. All right. Next perk, camaraderie. While on the hook and reaching the struggle phase, okay, this perk will activate. While the perk is activated, if at any time during the struggle phase another survivor comes within 16 meters of you, the struggle phase pauses for 14 seconds. So basically, it's really crucial as a survivor to me for this perk, because if you're trying to help a buddy out and you get within radius of them, you can slow down. You don't have to panic and risk your life to get there in time and have the killer right on your ass. You can do another loop, go back to him, maybe save your life while saving someone else's life.
Yes.
Could be pretty beneficial as a team effort, I would say, which seems to be everything that they're pushing with Steve, of course. Helping the squad out. All right, last perk, Second Win. Second Win activates when you heal another person to a full health state, so 100% heal. The next time you get unhooked, you heal yourself, or unhook yourself, by the way. If you get unhooked by one of your teammates or unhook yourself, you heal yourself up to 100% when outside of the terror radius. So make it outside of the killer's terror radius, and after either 24, 22, or 20 seconds, you'll be fully healed to 100%. Let me tell you. That's nice.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is very nice.
Being able to heal yourself like that. But it only... because you can't stack tokens, so you have to heal yourself, or heal somebody, and then you unlock that ability to activate that perk. I like them. I like Steve's perks. I think being able to play both as Nancy and Steve is going to be exciting. Let's dive into Nancy's perks. Let's dive into old Nancy's perks. I actually like these even more. So yeah, Steve won't have his baseball bat. It's a shame. You win some, you lose some. But Ash doesn't have his boomstick. So
true.
It's a sacrifice we make when dealing with the entity. Also, I thought that was interesting. They talked about, are we in the upside down or not? And their answer was, well, we're in the entity's upside down. And I was like, okay. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So the entity took their memories and created this world, which is why they have like dead bodies spread across the map too.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
All over.
I like it. All right, Nancy's perks. The first one, better together. Better together. Excuse me. The aura of the gen you are currently repairing is revealed to all other survivors within 32 meters. So you're working there. This is really crucial if you're not playing with friends and aren't mic'd up.
Yes.
For example, if you're not in like a party system like we often play as. You're playing with randoms and you can't tell them where you are. They will see you working on that gen, can bring them that way to help you out. Just getting gens done faster, you know? Getting gens done faster. Next perk, Fixated. You can see your own scratch marks at all times. When uninjured, you walk 10, 15, or 20% faster than normal. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Colton. That scared the crap out of me.
Scared me, man.
Colton, thank you for the $2 super chat.
Thank you for
Appreciate it. Like I said, this is live. So if you're watching this later, those are the goodies that happen. Okay. So this perk to me is fucking awesome. I'm going to run this because I think this is one of the only things I could do to bamboozle people. One, being able to walk faster, especially if you have that 20% faster, wild. Game changer.
Yes.
Okay? And then seeing your own scratch marks, you can actually... That sounds... When you hear it just like said openly like that, it sounds kind of dumb, but you can, if you see your own scratch marks, you can see what the killer's going to see when chasing you. You could sprint, lead in one direction, then start walking, and move to a completely different direction, making the killer follow your scratch marks, but you're actually going somewhere completely different. It's genius. You could do that at any time, right? Like, you could do that without that perk, but you have to be a lot smarter of a player, a more advanced player, so this is really good for new players who suck like we do. Genius. I'm all for it. I think it's cool. To be able to walk faster is going to help a lot, too.
Yes. Yes.
Her last perk, Inner Strength. Each time you complete a totem cleanse, this perk will activate. While activated, if injured, you can get inside of a locker and get a full heal within 10, 9, or 8 seconds. You can do this anytime, but you cannot stack tokens. So once you cleanse a totem, you got a token, but you can't go cleanse another totem and have 2 tokens and heal yourself multiple times. You get to use it once, and then you got to cleanse another totem. How about that, though?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, too.
How about that? I think that's pretty cool. Being able to... Anything that you're able to heal yourself, like, that's why people run Claudette so much. The ability to heal yourself without actually having to carry a med kit is pretty amazing. And so you can rock those perks with Nancy, and I'm all for it. And then, like Razor just said, Fixated and Urban Evasion, like you combine those together. A lot of these perks, you combine them with other perks we already have, and you can make a hell of a survivor.
I mean, even combining these two, any of these 6 perks together,
right,
is dangerous. It's dangerous.
Right. Wow. I'm all for it. I'm super excited for this. Is probably the most excited I've been for Dead by Daylight DLC. I think they put more effort in this one because of just how big that license is.
Yes.
The fact that you're getting 2 survivors and not one with the killer and a map. The Demogorgon new animations, the perks themselves are cool, and it's just an amazing series, an amazing IP to have. And I'm a massive fan of Stranger Things, so I can't wait.
Like you said, in the past, a lot of people give Dead by Daylight flack for sometimes releasing cash grab DLCs.
At least what seems like cash grab DLCs.
What seems like it, where they don't really care that much about staying true to the IP and stuff. But I mean, the amount of care we've already seen put into this, it's good to see. It's really good to see. And
based on the video where they revealed all of this, and just seeing their own excitement about it has me excited. Because clearly they're genuine fans, and that it's gonna be a lot of fun to dive into this. I did want to talk about one thing concerning the map, which I thought was just a beautiful touch. This is one of those things I get excited about, the small things. When you cross the exit door, when you are leaving the map, you will actually visually get to see yourself entering the true upside down.
Yes,
stepping outside of this entity world and going into the upside down from the actual series.
Yes.
We don't know what that's going to look like yet. They didn't really give us much details other than the fact that you will visually be able to see that happen. That's going to be cool.
I hope we get to see like the sky. Like, remember when Stranger Things 2, the poster came out of them on their bikes with the big orange and purple? I wonder if it's going to be something like that.
Yeah. They also talked about maps, like why they went with this laboratory map and the Hawkins laboratory. Why go forward with that one rather than something else like the school?
Or the mall.
And they mentioned the mall, and I think the mall would have been so cool.
Yes.
I get why you did the lab. It is definitely more crucial in terms of plot points, at least for the first 2 seasons. As we go into season 3, though, which is where the likeness of the characters comes from, so you're kind of following that already. I think it would have been cool to have it where you're going to the mall and you have all the details, and you could go into Scoops Ahoy. How cool would that have been?
You have a Jen in that back room where they were decoding the...
Yeah, and you know how like
message?
the room has like that elevator, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that would have been really cool. I think I get it, and I respect it. I'm still think it's going to be amazing, but I would have loved to see a mall map.
Maybe someday we'll get it.
You know, as they mentioned, they didn't want to do anything to kids, which I totally get. But these kids are getting older, or about to head into season 4, which probably will be the last one. But will they get to a point where they're old enough that they can sneak their way into the game too? And will there be something from season 4 that is worthy of a map?
The way they were talking, it was almost like, hey, we have this great relationship with Netflix and still sort of, have some plans. That's almost how they were talking.
But it could be another series they were referring to. Like maybe Slasher. You could bring like Slasher into the mix, something along those lines. I don't really like The Haunting of Hill House. Yo!
I don't know what about a killer.
I don't know who the killer would be. But
get a couple.
Could you imagine the map? Could you imagine playing in the mansion? You could just be a ghost. It could be a scared ghost. Hey, Colton with another $5 super chat. Who else would love to see come to Dead by Daylight? Who else would love to see what? Finish your statement, Colton.
Who else would you love to see come to Dead by Daylight?
Oh, I see. I got what you're saying. I thought you were asking all of us. Valid question, Colton. Thank you so much for the super chat again. Who else would we love to see come to Dead by Daylight? I think Pinhead is extremely worthy. If you're going to go through another IP, I would like to see Hellraiser get messed with because it fits in that world and that entity environment.
Exactly.
I think that would be really cool to bring in Hellraiser, Pinhead specifically, but you could bring in the other ones too, the Demonites.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. So I already know everyone's going to be asking PTB release date. They didn't even mention it, man. They'd mentioned that it's going to come to the PTB and they'll go over that and make some changes before the release. All we know is that it will be released at some point in September, and we have no clue when the PTB is coming, but usually it's about a week or two beforehand. We were thinking next week for the PTB, but like I said, they didn't say anything.
Yeah, because I would think they would want to release it before or on Friday the 13th in September, but the way it's looking, we might get the public test build during Friday the 13th, which would suck because we're gone.
Yeah.
For at least the first weekend, but...
Yeah. That's Stranger Things. That's the DLC. That's what we know right now. I was seeing everyone's suggestions here for what they would like to see in Dead by Daylight. Kind of made me think. I think Terrifier would be cool. We're at a Terrifier hype time. I don't know if it's big. Like, it's got a really big cult following. But I don't know if it's big enough where Dead by Daylight would be like, can we make a lot of money off of it? I don't know. Victor Crowley would be cool.
Same boat, though.
Yeah, is it big enough where it's going to make a lot of money, especially from the generation that's booming this game, right?
Right.
When you like anyone that's younger than we are, and even truly a little bit older than us, like our generation and younger, I don't know if they'll really be into things like Victor Crowley. It's such a specific vibe.
Yes.
That old school 80s type of horror.
Right.
Pennywise, though.
The new Pennywise definitely, I feel, encompasses all generations.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before Pennywise somehow, some way makes into a video game. I'm assuming it will be Dead by Daylight, but if not, they'll just make their own. We could see an It video game, which is definitely a video we should do. Is an It video game really possible before the release of It Chapter 2
next week?
So we should definitely jump into that. I don't know what we were thinking. So yeah,
it's on the list.
It's on the list. So that's going to be it from us for this here stream, this here podcast, this here playback video. But we will be back. If you're watching this live right now, just know we'll be back in within probably 30 minutes, and we'll do an actual stream, which I'm gonna let you pick right now what you want us to play. Let us know in the chats between F13, Dead by Daylight, Call of Duty if you're really feeling crazy. I don't know what else we have. Just something in that mix. Let us know in the chat. I gotta do our same awkward make every death count goodbye, but only so I can give you guys another goodbye. Does that make sense? So we'll do the bye, but then we'll do another bye for the live stream. Yeah? Okay. Bye. We're not actually leaving. Not you guys. That was just for make every death count.
Hello, everybody.
Wow, I didn't think it. I didn't remember that was on, and that just missed the podcast. That would have been funny. Everybody keep that in mind in the future. Everybody keep that in mind if we do a live podcast or make every death count that you could say something on it. But don't say anything racist or I'm going to ban you.
I didn't see who that was.
It was Cowboys Fan for Life. I think it was $5.
Really?
With a $5 donation.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, it was. And obviously he said, hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for that.
Oh, Hide or Die, huh? Friday the 13th. Hide or Die. Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight.
The thing is, I heard there's still server problems with F13.
Oh, with F13?
And Hide or Die.
What you're saying is we're stuck playing Dead by Daylight. We gotta flip a coin on here. Alright, so tails for Dead by Daylight. Heads for F13.
I was going to say you could talk to the talking robot, but she's not hooked up.
Oh, she's still not on the internet?
Unless you hooked her up with your phone.
Hey, Siri. Flip a coin. It's tails. That's Dead by Daylight. Listen, I tried, guys. All right, so we'll be we're just gonna reset. I'm gonna grab something to drink real fast, and then we'll come back and actually play some video games.
You know, it makes sense. I mean, it's a Dead by Daylight type of day with the stream and all.
Yeah,
their stream.
Yeah, Call of Duty Zombies. Hey. Genius. Don't even tempt me with Call of Duty. We'll do Call of Duty streams eventually. Okay, so give us I'm gonna schedule it for 3, but it'll probably be a little before then, and Griffin will be in here too. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
I mean, right. our giveaway still.
Oh, I mean, whatever. We'll talk about that later. There is a giveaway, though. Link in the top description if you want to win a custom red Nintendo Switch, etc., etc. Okay, we'll be back in a little bit. Bye.
Tonight, if I am sad.